The avoidant person often lives in a complex emotional loop. They get immersed in the excitement of the early stages of a relationship, then seek relief when it ends. This cycle repeats itself, trapping them in brief moments of exhilaration without ever achieving true happiness. But what does this mean for you? Are you becoming part of that loop? You might have noticed some unusual things in the relationship, but you're not sure if they are taking advantage of you. Today's video will help you uncover 9 key signs that an avoidant person is using you for their personal benefit. Don't miss out, as the 9th sign might be something you never thought of. If you find this content helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel now so you won't miss any valuable insights in the future. Let's get started. On my channel, there are 2 topics that my audience is particularly interested in: narcissists and avoidant individuals. Some opinions suggest that avoidant people are also narcissistic. Is this true? Let's analyze it. Both narcissists and avoidants use others to meet their own needs, although their methods may differ. Narcissists. They actively manipulate and exploit others to satisfy their need for admiration, control, and to be the center of attention. Avoidants. They don't intentionally manipulate but unconsciously use others as tools to maintain a safe distance in relationships. They seek just enough connection to soothe their loneliness but keep a distance to avoid being hurt. When the relationship requires deeper commitment, they tend to shut off their emotion. While the view that avoidants are narcissistic may be extreme, it reveals part of the truth. Both use emotional distance as a strategy to control the relationship. What's notable is the similarity between the narcissist cycle of abuse and the avoidance death spiral. Narcissists. Initially, they will put you on a pedestal, then gradually devalue you, ultimately discard you, and may come back to hoover you again. Avoidance. They also have a similar loop, just with different names. In the beginning, they are great, stages 1 and 2, then become distant and cold, stages 3 and 4, disappear, stage 5, and might reappear later, stages 7 and 8. Avoidants are not driven by ego like narcissists, but they still pull you in to satisfy their emotional needs and push you away when they feel overwhelmed. This is not because they want to control you, but because they want to protect themselves from the fear of intimacy and vulnerability. Don't let yourself get stuck in this cycle. Understand that an avoidant person might not intentionally hurt you, but that doesn't mean you have to accept being used or ignore your own feelings. In other words, while they are not exactly the same, both types of people engage in a close yet distant pattern that makes the other feel insecure and hard to grasp. In the next part, we'll explore the clearest signs to recognize this pattern and help you make the right decision for your relationship. Let's dive in. Signs 1. They keep you as an option, not a priority. Do you feel like you are always their plan B? An avoidant person may maintain a superficial connection with you. They text when they're free, meet you a few times, but always avoid clear commitments. Plans with you are often made last minute, with no prior preparation, and any discussion about the future is either avoided or ignored. For example, you might suggest planning a trip, but instead of being excited, they respond with something like, "Let's see how things go," or "What if I'm busy then?" This shows they're not ready to prioritize you and only maintain the relationship when it's convenient for them. Signs 2. Last-minute planning. Last-minute planning is one of the clearest signs that an avoidant person might be using you. While they may not like planning ahead due to their attachment style, if they genuinely care, they will make time and effort to arrange dates. On the other hand, if their invitations always come at the last minute, like, "Are you free tonight? Want to meet up?" or "Still awake? Can we hang out for a bit?" you might just be their second choice when they need to fill up free time. Signs 3. Canceling plans at the last minute. When someone frequently cancels plans at the last minute without a valid reason, or you notice they don't make time to meet you at least once or twice a week, this is a significant sign. No matter how busy their schedule is, someone who truly cares will always make an effort to stay connected. They may not be able to meet in person, but will find ways to call or text to show that you matter to them. On the other hand, constant cancellations may indicate that you are just a backup option. For example, you might get a message like, "Sorry, I'm too busy today, let's do it another time," with no effort to reschedule. Signs 4. Only show up when they need something. One of the clearest signs you're being used by an avoidant person is that they only show up when they need something from you, but disappear when you need support. They may suddenly contact you after a long silence, just to ask for help with work, to resolve a personal issue, or simply to seek comfort when they feel lonely. But when you need their presence, encouragement, or support, they avoid or withdraw, leaving you with a sense of being abandoned. For example, they might text or call to share a tough day, looking for empathy from you. But when you want to share the pressures you're facing, they may respond indifferently or even find excuses to end the conversation. This creates an imbalance in the relationship and makes you feel like your value is only measured by what you can provide. Signs 5. Only text late at night. One of the clearest signs you're being used by an avoidant person is when they only text late at night, usually after 11 p.m. These texts are not signs of genuine interest or emotional investment in the relationship. Instead, they show that they only reach out when they feel lonely or need temporary comfort, nothing more. Think about it. If they truly cared about you, they would make time during the day to check in, chat, or make plans to meet, rather than only contacting you late at night when everything else during the day has already ended. Texts like, "What are you doing?" or "Want to meet up?" late at night not only show a lack of effort, but also imply that you're not their priority. Don't let these fleeting moments fool you into thinking they care. Someone who truly has feelings for you will not only show up when they want something, but will be present when you need them too. Sign 6. They never take you on real dates. A clear sign that you may be being used by an avoidant person is when they never take you on a real date. Instead of planning a romantic evening or a fun outdoor activity, they only invite you over to watch a movie, have dinner, or spend time in private spaces. While this might feel intimate, in reality, it reflects a lack of investment in the relationship. Think about it. Are they hesitant to publicly acknowledge your relationship? Or do they just want to keep you close enough to meet their needs without facing responsibility or commitment? Whatever the reason, if you feel like you're not being treated properly or emotionally invested in, it's time to question their true intentions. Sign 7. They avoid talking about the future. A sign that you're being used by an avoidant person is when they always avoid conversations about the future. Even when you subtly bring up planning something together, like a small vacation, meeting friends, or even just dinner next week, they tend to dodge the topic or respond vaguely with phrases like, "We'll see," or "It depends on how things are at the time." Someone who is genuinely serious about a relationship won't hesitate to discuss the future, as they want to bond and build something lasting with you. In contrast, when an avoidant person completely avoids these topics, it's a sign they are not ready to invest emotionally and energetically into the relationship. They keep you in the present, but never offer commitments for the future, because that requires openness and vulnerability, which they want to avoid. If they are unwilling to share their intentions or have no plans to be with you in the future, are you truly in a relationship, or just someone filling the empty spaces in their life? Don't accept an unclear relationship where you don't feel valued. Signs 8. Inconsistent actions. They may make sweet promises like traveling together, meeting their family, or building a future, but these promises never materialize. The stark contrast between words and actions leaves you in a state of confusion, wondering if they truly intend to be serious or if they are just trying to keep you around to satisfy their own needs. Avoidants often use inconsistency as a way to keep the relationship at a safe level for them. They don't give you too much hope for moving forward, but also don't let you leave. A typical example, they might say they want to spend more time with you, but they're constantly busy when you suggest meeting. Or they might promise to change, but their actions don't reflect that. Don't get caught up in a cycle of delayed hopes. Pay attention to their actions, because actions always reveal the truth. Signs 9. Not proactively investing in the relationship. A clear sign that you are being used by an avoidant person is when all the effort to connect and maintain the relationship comes from you. If you're the one always texting, calling, making plans to meet, or finding ways to maintain the connection, while they remain indifferent or even don't respond positively, it's likely that you're not truly a priority for them. Someone who cares and invests in a relationship will find ways to balance the contributions. They will proactively check in with you, plan things together, or show interest in getting to know and build the relationship. On the other hand, a person who only takes and doesn't give, whether it's time, attention, or effort, is likely just using your presence to meet their personal needs or long-term future, or without considering your feelings or long-term future. Ask yourself, if you stop making the effort, will this relationship continue? If the answer is no, then you probably already know the real level of their care for you. A healthy relationship requires both sides to build it together, not just one person trying. Instead of continuing to maintain an unbalanced relationship, view this as an opportunity to reassess your self-worth. You deserve someone who is willing to invest time and emotions. Someone who will treat you as a priority, not just an option. Healing advice for you. You recognize that you are being used by an avoidant person. Remember that you are not alone. And most importantly, you deserve a healthy relationship where both parties invest in and appreciate each other. The most important thing right now is to heal, protect your self-worth, and learn how to set clear boundaries in future relationships. First, be brave enough to face the truth. Realizing that you've been taken advantage of is not easy, but it is an important step to start your healing journey. Allow yourself to feel the sadness, anger, or disappointment. These emotions are normal and need to be acknowledged because they help you better understand what you've been through. An essential part of protecting yourself from future exploitation is learning how to set boundaries. Ask yourself, what do I deserve in a relationship? If you find that you are the only one making an effort or tolerating indifference, it's time to draw a line. A healthy relationship always requires contributions from both sides. After leaving a toxic relationship, take time to care for yourself. Focus on activities that make you feel happy, relaxed, and recharged. Read books, engage in physical activities, or try a new hobby. Remember that self-love is one of the most powerful ways to rebuild confidence and prepare for future relationships. Don't hesitate to share your story with friends, family, or a trusted community. When you share, not only do you lighten the burden on your heart, but you also have the opportunity to receive helpful advice. If needed, consider seeking professional help from a therapist for deeper support. See this experience as an opportunity to learn and grow. Ask yourself, what have I learned about myself? About the relationship, about the values I cherish? This process will not only help you avoid similar mistakes in the future, but also help you grow emotionally. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. The healing journey may be tough, but you are on your way to becoming a stronger version of yourself. If you have a story to share or suggestions for the content, feel free to leave a comment. I truly value and listen to your opinions. You deserve a relationship that brings joy and peace, where you are genuinely cherished and loved. Keep moving forward on your journey, for a brighter and happier future lies ahead. Wishing you strength and the discovery of your true worth.